Belinda, what's that you were saying a second ago before the music played?
Nothing. Paddy.
Oh, gosh. We're
I think my Sean would agree with me, though.
Yeah, we're at the start of the podcast. And
Say nothing. My mother will be watching.
Yeah, like we're at the start of the podcast and it feels like we're about 2 hours in, because what people don't know is we have literally done an hour of tech support.
For Belinda.
I want to say I wasn't going to hang out Joy, just to get it going. So it's fine. It's fine. We're here.
It's fine. We're here.
We're on video.
An hour late.
For any of the
and we're on
platforms.
video for a first time.
Yeah. Now, I don't know which of the platforms that you're listening on, folks, but some of the ones that support video, you may have a video version of us. If you don't,
it will certainly be on our YouTube channel.
Yeah. Oh, dear. But anyway, so, Belinda, it is the week of New Year's Eve, New Year's Day.
Yeah.
How was... I hate this question, though, okay?
How was Christmas?
How did you get over the Christmas? And then the answer everyone always gives is quiet.
Yeah, just lovely, peaceful. Mine wasn't peaceful.
Yeah, how did you get over the Christmas? mine was nice. I was working every day bar one.
Yeah, you big idiot.
Yeah, like I was working every single day except Christmas Eve. Now that was through my own doing, I will say. It was through my own choice.
Look, Christmas was grand. It went off exactly how it should have done. But we did have a big chat. Well, actually, that's a fucking lie. I told everybody that we are never staying in Ireland again. Okay. Next Christmas, we're going to Lanzarote or Tenerife. At least I am. And whoever wants to come with me can follow me.
Love
because it's too much. It's too much work. It's too much stress for one meal.
Yeah, it is. And it's
like, never again in my life, never.
Yeah. There's so much pressure for like one day. For like a meal.
Though?
Like imagine if there was that much pressure like every time you're having dinner or that you're going for dinner or something like that. You'd be like, what?
Yeah. No, we're going to go to a hotel somewhere nice. It's going to be all inclusive and nobody's going to have to wash a plate.
Yeah. Do you know what? It's now that I feel I need a few days off. So
yeah. Cruel, isn't it? It's too much pressure, Paddy.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah. And it was too much for my mother and father as well. You know, because we all kind of ganged into my mum's house. Yeah. So it was chaotic. Anyway, lesson learned.
Yeah. Speaking of pressure, obviously that was one of the things that we spoke about in the last episode of the podcast, was that idea of, for me, my first, I guess, Christmas on the medication and on this journey. Yeah. So that was fascinating for Christmas Day and Stephen's Day dinner.
Well, the contrast.
So Christmas Day went to my sister's. We started with soup, a big bowl of soup. That was lovely. First mistake, having a big bowl of soup. I started.
And you learned nothing.
I was out the gate too strong from the get-go with a big bowl of soup because I was hungry. Because I was like, I'm not going to eat much during the day. Small portion and kind of save some appetite for Christmas Day dinner. And had the soup and I was like, I'm kind of feeling that fullness level is fairly high now after the soup. And then
you were on 15 milligrams though.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah, I'm on the 15 now.
Huge.
So, yeah, and then the dinner came. In fairness, my sister was asking me what do you want? So she's very good with understanding my journey, and so it was a case of just give me a couple of sprouts, load up on the turkey and ham. Just maybe one or two roasties and a little potato, and if I want more, I'll go back. Like what I was saying, if I want more, I'll go back.
Yeah, you were saying the last,
So my usual approach started off, had the turkey. Turkey was lovely. It was so good. Had my sprouts. I love sprouts.
Same. I had sprouts today.
Yeah, had one of the roasties, I think. I can't remember. And I had a roasty, had some of the mash, and then I was like, oh God. I'm stuffed.
You must have been up to here, were you?
I was stuffed. Now, bear in mind, this wasn't a massive dinner. Also, other people had finished before me, which is also interesting. Because that's one of the things I've definitely noticed in general is just slower. Yeah. And then dessert time, I was just like, I can't leave it. Just leave it. And then everyone else was having dessert later on in the evening. I was like, I'd have one slice of the thing we were having. I was like, I'll have one slice of it. But like I'd say it was one of the first times in a long time that I felt truly beyond full through what I would call not an overly excessive dinner. Or probably was a normal dinner before.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah. That
And
wouldn't
then
have taken the mark out of you this time last year.
yeah,
You would
yeah.
probably eaten two of them, you
And
know?
then Stevens's Day still had stuff left. And so I was like, that'll do me the next day. Did a similar approach. Kind of, I was like, okay, I've learned from yesterday, you know.
Don't have the soup.
So you think I had the soup, didn't have as much, and then the dinner, and I plated it up this time, and literally I would say four mouthfuls in, I was like, I am actually,
Done.
I'm done.
Yeah,
I'm
but
moving,
the thing
moving
is
sugar
though,
in my face now.
what we have to learn from that is because our digestion is so slow now, you would have been still full from the day
Yeah,
before.
100%.
100% full.
Because I took my medication the night after Christmas Day night after the big meal.
Oh,
If you get me,
right.
I think I'm still full from it.
Yeah.
You know, only a week on. So that was interesting. So yeah, Stevens' Day was more an epic fail. So it was. You know,
Yeah.
do you ever feel? And I know you spoke about like grieving for food or stuff like that. When you're not able to say Christmas dinner, if you're not able to eat your full meal, you've plated up or that. Do you ever feel sad about that, Belinda, or what's your thoughts on it?
So I spoke about this before on a
Real.
reel. I used to. I think everybody has to go through a period of mourning from the life that they lived because if they were eating due to stress, if they were stress
Mm,
eaters, I spoke to one of my subscribers about this evening actually, or if you were an emotional eater and then all of a sudden you can't eat and you can't fix those emotions with
yeah,
food, then there is a kind of a period where you go, what the hell do I do now? You
yeah,
know? And also not having the desserts and not having all of the lovely things that I used to love. Like I used to just adore dark chocolate and red wine and all of the foods that go with red wine. I used to really, really miss all that, but I don't now because
mm,
my life is very different. I have other things on my mind now, like going to aqua, going to Pilates, going to the gym, getting out and about, bringing the dog out,
mm,
all that kind of stuff, bringing the boys off, you know.
yeah,
So I don't think about it now. It's not part of my life now.
yeah,
But like you're still only 6.5 months in,
mm,
so it's
yeah.
all really new for you, isn't it? Still.
Yeah, and like I kind of sat with this to see, okay, how do I feel about this? Do I feel I've missed out any at all? And where I kind of landed was I don't feel I've missed out because I've still got to enjoy good food. I've got to enjoy different stuff as well that I would normally have every day. I did still get to have some dessert. I had some of the sweets, stuff like that. So I don't think there was anything that I felt I couldn't have. I think it was more so a case for me though to re-emphasize the importance of portion size because I
Do
think, yeah,
I do remember you saying previously though, Paddy, that you seem to enjoy your food more now.
oh, definitely the flavors of it. Like, and I
Same.
think that comes down to again that idea of I'm eating slower because I'm enjoying that flavors more.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bar sweets. They're
Right.
that one thing that I like. If you were to put them there, I could delete them, not because I'm enjoying them at all, but because I'm not feeling full from them, because they're just there. It's
Habit.
a habit. Yeah, absolutely. So
Yeah.
I think that's definitely been a thing this over the past few weeks has been that kind of learning of, do you know what? I actually don't feel like I get a great sense of satisfaction and enjoyment from sweets just having them. Um, and then it made me think, did I ever? I got comfort from them before, but given how sweet they are, I don't know if I'm enjoying them, if you
They're not
get
even
me.
nice, Paddy.
No, they're not like,
You're talking about chocolate sweets like roses and heroes and celebrations and
yeah,
stuff like that. They're
yeah.
not even nice anymore, you know?
There
But
was,
again, you'd still eat them.
yeah, and this thing, there was one that I liked actually that I hadn't had
Yeah.
before. It was kind of like this. oh, it had like dried or dehydrated like raspberry and chocolate thing. And it was a new sensation. I was like, oh, that's nice now. I'd like more of them because I'm enjoying this flavor. But these just generic sugar.
Yeah,
It was like,
yeah.
no, it
But
didn't do
none
it.
of them are the same anymore. Everyone says
No,
it.
didn't do
Yeah,
it for me. Didn't do it
yeah,
for me now.
yeah.
But anyway, so that was Christmas. I did
And
enjoy
we're
it.
done now. Thank God it's over.
Yeah, I know. What do you do for celebrating New Year's?
Nothing.
Yeah, same. All
Absolutely nothing. Never have. Never
mm,
have. Now, there's, I think, 15 of us going out on New Year's Day for our dinner at 2 o'clock. Um, and I think I'm going to have some red wine then. I haven't had
okay.
any really over the Christmas at all. I
How
gave it
did you
up.
find that?
Yeah, easy,
Okay.
easy. And you know what? I'm finding it really easy
Yeah.
because the longer that I am not drinking, the less likely I am to drink again. You
Yeah.
know what? And I said to Sean yesterday, I said, I think I'm going to have a glass of wine now when I have my dinner, but I don't know if I
Yeah.
will. I
Yeah.
don't,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
the mental, like, I'm not talking as if I was drinking 2 bottles of wine
I
every
know.
night or
I know.
anything,
Yeah.
but the mental clarity
Yeah.
that I have when I wake up from not having any alcohol and
Yeah.
not having any alcohol for 2 weeks, there's a huge difference. I can
Yeah.
literally do anything now. I
Yeah.
can do anything. And I find my patience is a lot better as well. A
Yeah.
lot better.
As evidenced before we went live here, as you were trying to fix your laptop.
At least I tried this time. Generally, I don't.
Oh, God, so funny. Yeah, New Year's the same. I don't know if I've ever, maybe when I lived in London, maybe I went out on New Year's Eve once or twice, but like I wouldn't typically go out New Year's Eve at all. It's not something
Same.
that appeals to me one iota.
Yeah.
Um, like myself and Peter just stay at home.
Same.
We will have a glass of bubbly just at midnight,
For the
and
sake of it.
yeah, yeah, just literally as a toast. Probably won't even finish it.
Yeah.
And just watch RT or BBC, whoever is showing New Year's
Whatever it
countdown.
is. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And that's kind of that's kind of it. Yeah.
I tell you, to be honest, I am so looking forward to getting back into the routine
Mm,
of the kids going to school, and everything
yeah, yeah,
that I
yeah,
do and
yeah.
everything around the house. And
So you're big on routine as well, like me. I like I like scheduling and planning things out and knowing what way things are, and I don't like when things disrupt that. Things out of my control disrupted. I don't
yeah,
like that. Do you know?
yeah.
It's
My
like
whole
I
wall
love,
in my kitchen is everybody's got a board.
yeah,
Everyone's got a board in my
yeah,
kitchen, and we have to know where
yeah,
everybody is at any given time.
yeah.
There's so much going on.
Yeah, I just live by my Google Calendar. Like live
Yeah, yeah,
everything is in there. So it has to
yeah.
be like.
Same.
Um so you touched on there the gym.
Jim, yes.
Yes. So you
My new
joined the gym
boyfriend,
recently.
Jim.
For anyone that missed that, tell us a bit about it. How's it going? How long?
Good.
A weekend? Week and a half?
I think I'm a week and a half in. I
Yeah.
started, was it Christmas week I started?
Yeah. The Monday of Christmas.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, Christmas week. And it is tailor-made coaching. So it's small group training, and it's in like groups of 8 people. And there's a PT there for to just guide you absolutely all the way, it's almost like having a personal trainer, but there's
Yeah.
just other people around you. It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
And you know what, Paddy, if I had joined a gym like I used to do and put my headphones in on and went into the gym and just started pumping away, I would have walked out of it and left it. But this
Yeah.
is very, very different, very
Yeah.
different.
You get to
And
pump away with other people.
yes, but what I will say as well is, like Pilates and aqua aerobics, there are every size, every color, every creed. Everybody's at different ages, and nobody gives a shit what
Yeah.
anyone else is doing.
And the majority of people don't in a gym. Like
No, I
they
know.
don't,
You're so into yourself and how you're doing, and you're so out of breath anyway.
You're like the majority of people, even those people that are like ripped or look a particular way or whatever, you're too caught up in yourself, like then to be
Yeah,
looking at other people. So yeah, or worried about the other people. To yeah, it's
nobody cares.
no, they don't. And what I always say to people is, if everybody in the gym thought that they were already perfect the way they were, and didn't need to work on themselves, they wouldn't be in the gym.
Exactly.
So everybody is in the gym because they're trying
For
to
the
improve
same reason.
some aspect of their health or fitness or
Yep.
physique or aesthetics or whatever the case might be. Everybody's
Yeah.
there for a particular thing.
Yeah.
Um, Something else that
How is
I
your gym going actually?
yeah, going good.
You
Like,
must have you must have personal bests outdone and everything now, do you?
see, I'm not great at keeping on top of that stuff because I kind of just do it, you
Yeah,
know.
like
Like,
we have a thing where we're supposed to write it down and then do better the next week.
oh, it is written down. It is written down, and like my
Yeah.
coach Max will say to me, "Oh, Paddy, fair play. Like that's more than this or that," and I'm like, "Oh, cool."
I was asked today, what are your wins for this week? Well, I'm here.
I got
Me
out of
being in the
bed.
gym, that's a win.
I got
That's
out of
literally what I said.
yeah, but no, the gym's going good. Like I'm not training with Max this weekend. Last week, with it being Christmas, but I did get in and do work out myself and did do my squats and deadlifts and that there the other day. And then I have decided that for the month of January, I am doing a 5 kilometers every day for the month of January as a fundraiser in aid of Women's Aid. So the idea is, I'm not worried about the time for that, but the idea is that I'll walk, jog, crawl, whatever, 5 kilometers every day for the month of January.
And we can
So
find that on your
um,
socials.
yeah, so if you just look up at Mounjaro Paddy on Instagram, you'll find the details there of what I'm doing. So it kind of set out to try and raise €500 for Women's Aid. They kind of work with supporting women and children that have been subjected to domestic violence and that. And it's something I've been thinking about for a long time. And I thought, do you know what? I feel like it just felt like the time was right.
Yeah.
And the whole idea, like I've been thinking about doing park runs and stuff like that. Where like I hate running and jogging. Like what it's not running, it's
You
jogging.
hate the gym
I
as well, remember?
well, yeah, like jogging is like on another level of hate though.
Right.
It really is. Like I get some sense of enjoyment when like the social aspect and talking to people in the gym and kind of if I do get something like a PB or something like that, that's great. Whereas jogging, I find nothing about that enjoyable at all,
Right.
other than getting home in the door again. But this is also part of the reason why I've chosen it because I want to do something that pushes me outside of my comfort zone because I'm a big believer that it's only by intentionally pushing yourself into these spaces that you continue to grow as a person. So, it
100%.
makes you more resilient and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So
Can I
that's
can
why I'm
I
doing it.
share your link to that on my socials as well?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I said the goal was going to be €500. I think I'm already at nearly 250 and I only launched like yesterday. So like I'm delighted, really,
Yeah.
really am delighted.
Yeah. Keep going
Uh,
though.
yeah, no, I will. Absolutely. No, I'll keep going, and if I go
Yeah.
over 500, that'll be amazing. Like, but I have
Yeah.
never, like, as much as I've been on social media and various platforms and, whatever,
Radio.
I have, yeah, I have never done any type of fundraising event ever over the years like this.
Oh,
Yeah.
why is
It
that?
just, um, I don't know. I guess like I just I don't know. I just never
Is it
have like
something that has never occurred to you, or has it
no.
occurred to you and then you've stood back from it?
Yeah, it has occurred to me, but I've always still back from it. I have supported things by taking part in in events where people are fundraising for things, or I've donated to them, or stuff like
But
that.
not independently
Not
taking it on
yeah,
yourself. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
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 And I've
It's a
always
lot of
thought
work though, Paddy, as well.
it
So well
is, it
done
is,
on that. Yeah.
and then like trying to pick the right. I know this might sound wrong, but the right charity, but a charity that you feel you can.
Make much more of a difference to. I
Yeah,
don't.
like
It's
one that
hard, isn't it? I suppose.
resonate with you. And I think over the past few weeks, in particular in the news, there has been a lot of really, really sad stories in Ireland and in the UK and further afield about domestic violence and particularly children and stuff like that. And it was one that just really, yeah, always
Resonated.
feels emotional for me when I read those type of things. And then the other thing, I had always thought through the years that if I did do any kind of fundraising, that supporting some aspect of a like female orientated charity was important to me because the majority of the demographic that supports me on social media
It's
and have
female.
done since like 2011 is female. So that's
Brilliant.
kind of
Well
some of the
done.
logic behind it as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah. Nice bit of
Um,
thought put into it.
yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
we'll see, we'll see. But and then the other thing before we get talking about like I guess one of the main things we want to talk about today was, um, so back when I started my journey in June,
Oh yeah.
I got my blood test done, and they were predominantly okay. There was nothing too scary in
So
them or
this is
anything.
when you started your journey with Mounjaro.
Yes, yeah. Went and got my bloods done, and I said I'll get them done again in the future and see, um, is there a difference? Okay, is there a difference in them? Given the medication, given the exercise, nutrition, all that, what kind of thing would we see? Because again, I've always said that this journey for me, and no more than for you, Belinda, as well, it's a health first journey as opposed to like an aesthetic thing or anything like that. So it's another data point for me to see how are things going.
Yeah.
So got my full results back today again.
Okay.
Like the doctor gave me a summary of everything's fine. And I was like, yeah, I know.
That's what I
No.
got as well. A text
Yeah.
message. Your grand.
Yeah, because you got blood tests back today too.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't have my comparisons yet.
Okay. Yet.
Yeah.
But it's still though actually, do you know what we'll do? Some point, not on the
Yeah.
podcast, we compare our blood results.
Can we, Paddy?
Oh,
Now, given that I am like 5 years older than you, I think 5 or 6 years older than
where
you.
that? Where that?
Go on anyway. How are they? What do they say?
So I went to Chat GPT to ask it because obviously I'm not going to understand all the things, okay?
Yeah.
So I went through, like when I was looking at, so it goes through like liver,
Functionality.
kidney, renal, lipid, all this kind of stuff. Okay, and there was some of them that I could see a big difference in the numbers, even though the previous numbers weren't too bad. I was like, ooh, that's still quite different though. I'd love to know what does the difference mean. So basically, I went through my liver profile results, my renal profile results, my HbA1cs, which is a really important one I know for pre-diabetes and stuff like that, my vitamin D, my vitamin B12, my thyroid function, and then FBC, it's called on here as well, like bloods and stuff. So went through an amylase, yeah. So I went through all of these, I put them all into ChatGPT, and was like, give me the summary on these numbers that have changed, and literally said, like for example, my ALT, which I didn't even know what it was, has reduced from 33 to 14. What does this indicate? Even though I know 33 is still okay. Do you know what I mean? 33 isn't
What?
bad for this particular result, but I was like, that seems like quite a difference. I wonder, what does that mean? And basically, it came back saying a reduction in ALT levels from 33 to 14 is generally a positive sign. It suggests that there may be less stress or damage on your liver. ALT levels can fluctuate due to various factors, including lifestyle, improved diet, reduced alcohol, or effective treatment of an underlying condition.
That's
I
awesome.
then asked it about thyroid, TSH level had reduced as well. Um, it said that this was a positive result as well, and that your thyroid is working better. I asked it about the slight reduction in my HbA1cs, and it said that this is to do with your glucose control within your body, essentially, and that the lowering of this level is associated with a reduced risk of complications from diabetes. Asked about
Excellent.
creatinine, pronounce that wrong, urea, sodium and chloride, EGFRs, and all of these came back with overall, these changes reflect improvements in your kidney function, hydration status, and overall health. So,
Brilliant.
like everything,
That's amazing.
every marker came back as being improved.
That's phenomenal.
Like,
Like, is it? That's exactly what you wanted, what you would have hoped
yeah,
for.
oh,
Yeah.
absolutely. I didn't expect it to be that positive, though.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
You
I
know?
just can't believe that actually.
Yeah, like, yeah. I say
Brilliant. And
they weren't bad to start with, but given that even within the range, because there's always a range, that
yeah,
they're improved, it shows hopefully that the actual health of my body has improved as well, other than just
which
weight.
in turn gives you longevity. How many years have you added onto your bloody life now, Paddy, by
Hopefully.
going on this medication and advocating for yourself and getting it
Yeah.
and then
And
making it work for you?
yeah, and other kind of lifestyle, factors.
Changes as well.
Yeah. So
I
yeah.
don't think you can. I don't think you can be on Manjaro without making positive changes to your life. Because I think
Yeah.
once, even if you don't set out to make those changes, I think they will happen
Yeah.
organically. Because of your weight loss, you will become more confident. Because of your confidence, you will go out more or walk more,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
maybe you'll go and take a swimming class or something
Yeah.
like that. So it does all happen organically, and it all leads to longevity.
Yeah.
And Paddy, congratulations. Maybe another 7 or 6 years you have now. That's
Yeah.
great
Sure.
news. Be
We'll
delighted
see.
with yourself.
We'll be here like at like 99, like doing a podcast. But then,
My inflammation has gone
God only
down.
knows what we'll be on by then, but we'll still be on it. God, people hate when I say that online. They
I
fucking
know.
hate it.
So they're like,
Why would you have the medication for life?
Yeah,
Why are you
honestly,
taking
like, yeah.
yeah,
And I still get it. Like a video that I made a year and a half ago, people are still fucking commenting on it.
yeah,
You're taking the medication from the diabetics. Why are you
Yes.
going
Oh
on?
my God, that is so 2022.
I know, I
The
know.
world has moved on.
Speaking about moving on, I was listening to a podcast today, and they were talking about how in their area there is now aesthetic type places, and I know there's some aesthetic places in the north that have community nurses that prescribe this there as well as part of a weight loss clinic. So I'm not talking about that, but there are some places in the United States that are now advertising or promoting compounded medication, GLP-1 medications for aesthetic fat loss. So not for like obesity,
Oh, oh.
as
Well, that
in
was bound to come.
as in like want to drop 10 pounds, you mightn't be
Yeah.
obese, but hey,
Yeah. Yeah. And it's the compound that they'll get for it, isn't it? You
yeah,
know?
yeah,
But something big is going to happen in the UK soon, I feel, Paddy. I think it's something's coming down the line for them.
yeah,
Definitely.
yeah.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
Like,
It's a big, huge thing with their advertising now, isn't it?
yeah, like even in Ireland, we've very tight kind of requirements about not advertising medications and how information is presented about weight loss products and services and stuff like that, which includes even things like personal trainers and all this kind of stuff. But I don't know. I know we've touched on this an awful lot, but like there seems to be some prescribers still engaging in some very elusive and
Shady.
worrying practices. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
But it is worrying. It's really
It is.
worrying.
It is. Like we haven't. I haven't spoke about this fully, but like over the past kind of month or so, I've been in conversation with the potential prescriber about a potential collaboration with them, and like I have grilled them about what is their approach to patient safety, to prescribing, to all this kind of stuff because it means so much to me. So but it just seems that there are some prescribers out there just it worries me. So I think you're right.
Things are
I
going to
definitely
change, though.
I
They're
think
going to
so.
change.
I think
Yeah.
so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do.
And unfortunately, because of those few companies that are doing that, it'll change for everybody now, unfortunately.
Yeah. So Belinda, talk to me about, obviously you recently joined the gym.
Yeah.
Is that because it's new year, new me?
Well, it wasn't actually. No.
Okay. Good.
Because I am absolutely sick to the back teeth of hearing the new year, new me. Paddy, I just hate it because it just sets you up for failure immediately out the gate. You put so much pressure on yourself, don't you?
What about you need to come up with like all these 5 New Year's resolutions and hey,
Yeah.
you can lose 10 pounds in 2 weeks with our fat shred burn hyperclass.
Yeah. Please, please, please give yourself a bit of grace and stay the hell away from all of that bullshit.
Yeah.
Anyone that's thinking about it, anyone that's looking into the new year now and thinking, do you know what? I'm going to give Slimming World or Weight Watchers another try for the maybe third, the fifth, or the 10th time. The first sign of madness is repeating the same thing over and over again and expecting a different outcome. If those things have not worked for you previously, they are not going to work for you now.
Isn't it? If you
And
always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always got.
yeah, exactly. And there's this amazing lady, her name is Sinead, and she runs the Intuitive Eating Ireland, and she is phenomenal. If anyone wants to follow her, you really should. And she is absolutely just gung ho to let people know how much misinformation is out there when you join those kind of clubs and that. But there's so many more things that you can do rather than just out the gate, make these resolutions, join this club. You could just literally give yourself a little bit of grace,
Yeah.
be kinder to yourself. Maybe just think of, we're not going to say that we're going to be a new year, new me. Maybe it's just a new year. We'll evolve a little bit
Yeah.
more,
Yeah. Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know?
And
Just
like,
do a little bit better than you did last week.
and like the sad thing is, I remember looking at this last year for one of the radio shows I was doing, that like it's the main New Year's resolution that is set by people is to lose weight.
Yeah. And
That's
it's
the
just, you know what
number
it is?
one resolution.
Yeah. God.
And like,
And the pressure that comes with it, with that
yeah,
new year, and it just feels so idiotic just because we take a new calendar out of a packet, we feel that we have to be a new you, a
yeah.
new me.
And like
And I've
some
never
people,
understood it.
yeah, like some people might find it as a, compartmentalizing a project or a thing they want to do, fair enough. But in terms of if this is making you feel under pressure to have to do something because of social media or stuff like that, that in itself is a signal that maybe wherever that pressure is coming from, unfollow them.
Yeah.
Unfollow them. Wherever that pressure comes from, unfollow them. But if you're sitting there thinking, do you know what? This isn't like a New Year's resolution of, oh, I need to do this, and this. But in general, I'd like to focus maybe on my health and improve my health for longevity, not restricted to just, January or 12 months of 2025. Then, maybe look at, okay, what are the positive steps that I can plan out maybe for the year? Like in terms of maybe meeting with my doctor or meeting with a specialist or meeting with a dietitian or, or getting a
Or talking to
consultation.
my doctor about a
Yeah.
GLP-1 journey.
Yeah, or getting a consultation to see what comes back from it about the medications or that.
Yeah.
So that, but don't, I guess, looking at or feel like you're under pressure to look at it in a case of, oh, it's a New Year's resolution. Because again, the majority of resolutions fail come the end of February,
Yeah.
So,
And when I look back, Paddy, of all the years I made all of those resolutions myself, because I bought into all of that, I just look back and I think every single time I set myself up for failure,
yeah,
bar none.
yeah,
Bar none. And I disliked myself a little bit more after every single
yeah.
failure. And I just, I couldn't do it. And I'm just trying to let people know that doesn't have to be the way. You don't have to do that.
Like, I think it'd be great if rather than think about, oh, I have to come up with New Year's resolutions, oh, I have to come up with these, I have to come up with these, maybe just take some time out to think about what would I like to be different about life in 2025 in terms of me, my health, that kind of stuff. And maybe just mull over that for a while. And that's not something you're going to have an answer for in a week or two. But then, like, it could be a case that, what, maybe come February, March, you're like, do you know what, I have a clearer picture of, in general, the areas of my life I'd like to maybe enhance or improve. Like for me, as I say, it was May time for me when I kind of reached a point of. Now I did try again last January, and as we spoke about in the last podcast, that was not a good experience. But it was, and actually a few of the attempts I've done have been May. Now that I think about it, I don't know why May. But anyway, like it was May for me when I kind of thought, okay, I want to improve my longevity here, and I want to focus on my actual health, not within a particular time frame of a thing, but I, I need to improve the quality of my life in general.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think it's about not making those massive decisions about joining those clubs just on a whim.
Or like even like some people can go all in as well, even on things like, I'm going to go to the gym 5 days a week. That's my New Year's resolution. No, if you haven't been going to the gym for 5 days a week or 4 days a week, like for
You're
the past
setting
couple of
yourself up
months,
for failure.
start by saying, "Do you know what? I'm going to try and get to the gym once a week, and I'll go out for maybe a walk once a week if you want to start off with something."
Yeah.
But like, don't be setting goals for yourself for things that are going to be unrealistic. And I think even that idea of something having to be a goal, I know we talk about goal weights and stuff like that, but inherently a goal is something that you then achieve and that's done. Whereas your health isn't something that's done. Your health is something that you're, it's a
It's
ever
an
present.
ever evolving thing that you're going
Yeah.
to have to keep
Yeah.
chasing
Yeah.
and chasing and chasing until the day you die.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I don't
Yeah.
know, Paddy. I just, I don't think I can actually even articulate what my hope would be for people to not make those irrational decisions to think, oh my
Mm.
God, I better go back to Slim World. Better go back to Weight Watcher. I better join the gym. It's just like you just said, Paddy. Just say to yourself, do you know what? I'm going to give myself a little bit of grace now, and I'm going to go out for a walk 2 nights a week.
Yeah.
I'm going to maybe join a gym in February or March, see how I
Yeah.
feel after my walking. I've built up. It
Yeah.
took me 2 years to get into the gym, Paddy, after I started my journey. You know, I was afraid of my life to go to the gym. So
Yeah.
it's a big thing to kind of say, yep, I'm going to do that. And it bloody costs money, and it costs time, and
Yeah.
it costs energy, and all of that resources that's been put into that one thing. 99% of the time, it falls by the wayside. And I'm sure
Yeah.
everybody that's making those decisions will know where I'm coming from when I say that. Yeah.
But like even like it's mad some of the things like the ads that I'm getting now on my Instagram, for example, right? Like there is literally an ad that keeps coming up and it's along the lines of we're looking for 10 flabby men over 200 pounds that want to lose fat.
I get that on Instagram. We're looking for 8 women from Carrick.
Like
Yeah.
and like I get the marketing, but it's the negative talk that's part of the marketing. Why not
Yeah.
change that to hey, we're looking for 10 men that want to enrich their life and feel more confident.
Yeah. Health, wealth, longevity,
Yeah.
wealth.
And it's
You
I
know?
think that's the thing that I really dislike. And I know where it comes from because there's a few key that are seen as key um gurus in the world of fitness that do all these courses about how to attract leads and how to do this. And I get it. Again, you get that in every business, but it's very similar approaches that they advise in
Yeah.
terms of the language to use to entice people and to hook people and to try and get an emotional response from somebody for them to sign up at the
They're
end of
all
it.
hooks, aren't they?
Yeah, yeah, and a lot, but it's just a shame that a lot of it is done through negative body talk or self-image
Yeah.
talk or stuff like that, and I don't like that.
Like if somebody is offering that to you, what do you think they're going to be like when you walk into their club or whatever?
Yeah,
You know?
and even this idea of lose 7 pounds in 2 weeks,
Yeah,
like
it's just
that
not
kind of thing.
progressive.
And again, I'm surprised somebody hasn't been pulled up. Again, we were talking about advertising standards before, because you cannot guarantee that. Also, and this is where sometimes personal trainers hate me because I will just say it as it is, like as opposed to their marketing. And anyway, that like we know if somebody's going to lose 7 pounds over 2 weeks, the majority of that's probably going to be water. It's not
Yeah,
going to be
it's all going to
fat.
be water. But the thing is, they could nearly guarantee that you're definitely going to lose water
Yeah,
in
like
2 weeks. Yeah, and
if
that's all you're going
somebody
to
goes-
lose.
Yeah, if somebody goes on like a very restrictive diet or nutritional intake for 2 weeks, yeah, it's very likely
Going to happen.
they're going to
Yeah,
lose
and
weight.
you're walking for 1 solid hour a
Yeah,
day every day.
like
Yeah.
there's just so many different things. Anyway,
Yeah.
so anyway,
Go on
in
for
relation to New Year, New Me, and resolutions, Belinda and Patty are saying, feck the resolutions,
Yeah.
focus on your health, and just maybe look at a longer term plan for if there's aspects of your health or life that you think could do with focus, but don't feel to compartmentalize those into a like yeah into January.
A knee-jerk reaction.
Yeah,
We're going to try and cut down on that.
yeah.
Especially when we're thinking about joining slimming rooms, slimming whatever, and gyms and stuff. Just stop and think. It's a massive, massive a thing to do, isn't it? With time, finances, energy, So make sure that you're up for it if you are deciding to
think.
do it.
Is this decision I'm about to make to commit to this thing, is this going to make me feel good about myself from day one or not? Because a lot of them we know don't. Like, again, that anxiety of going, potentially standing on a scales, or that anxiety of really intense. Oh my God, I've signed up to this 14-day program. I have to go to the gym like 10 times, and
Yeah. You end up hating it then, don't you?
yeah, it's not sustainable.
Yeah.
Not sustainable. I actually seen a big TikTok fitness
Influencer?
influencer. I was trying to think, can you combine those two words? Fitfluencer? Fitfluencer.
Oh, no, I think that's
Influencer.
already out there, Paddy.
Oh,
Soz.
damn. Anyway, that had been out essentially bitching about GLP-1 medications before, and they've done a complete U-turn on it because they themselves have said, and I see there's like essentially a commercial aspect to this that I can support people and grow my business at the same time.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
I admire them being somewhat transparent about it, but it still felt a little bit kind of
Grabby.
yeah, yeah, it did. But
Yeah.
that's kind of what we're up against. Um,
Yeah.
we know that Mounjaro is soon going to be available in Ireland, Belinda. And I'd
I'm not
love,
holding my breath. One
yeah,
lady, one of my girls was told the other day by her doctor that it will 100% be here in February.
yeah,
But what's
yeah.
your thoughts on that?
I had a undisclosed source who said that the efforts were being made to have it in available from January at some point. So
Really?
I do think it's going to be quarter 1, like that, as in like springtime, based on things I'm hearing. Yeah,
That's going to upturn a lot, isn't it? A lot of things for people.
it will.
Like a
I
lot.
think there's still going to be issues about doctors wanting to prescribe it, about cost, about a few different things. I think
It'll never be as costly as it is in the States, though. But it
no,
will possibly be more costly than it is in the UK
yeah,
and Northern Ireland for sure.
yeah.
Yeah, we're never on the better side of any of those things.
Yeah, I did follow up with Eli Lilly because obviously we had sent them queries, and I chased them last week just before Christmas, and they
They,
came back saying
yeah.
that we will come back to you, I think, next week. So they kind of
But Paddy, are they the ones that will set the price? They're
not
not, are
necessarily
they?
no. I've said that to them. Well, I mean, like they're going to be the ones setting the cost to the distributor.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that'll influence some of the things. So I have asked them, on cost, but equally that could be a thing that is for the distributor. Yeah, so we'll see where
Yeah.
that comes. But anyway, there's a good 2 questions out, so we'll know a bit more about that. But
We'll
the
see if it
early
does come.
indications would indicate, that it is going to be more expensive than.
And it's funny because this medication that's so globally known and so globally famous, and you just cannot turn on the TV, the news, social media. You can't open any app without you being confronted with
Yeah.
it. How is it that we can still walk into our own local doctor and they not know
Yeah.
anything about it?
And-
And I mean effing nothing. How
That's
is that possible? Or are they of the opinion, well, I'm not talking to this person about that because it's not available here, so why would
Yeah.
I even engage in a conversation, you know?
Yeah, I think some of it is that. There is, like, I've heard of 2 or 3 doctors locally that have been the exception,
Yep.
where they have gone and got the information, they've got the leaflets, they've printed them out, they've read them, they've given it to the patient and stuff, which is so refreshing to hear that there was genuine effort made to kind of hear it. But that's one of the things I've asked Eli Lilly is there seems to be a very low level of awareness about tirzepatide, i.e. Mounjaro in particular, in
Knowledge,
those-
education, like
yeah. So what's their approach to creating that awareness within the
Yeah.
medical world in Ireland? So we'll see what they say.
When I went to ask my doctor about Mounjaro and if he would write a prescription for me, way before I started Mounjaro, I was on Ozempic, obviously, but I was trying to kind of feel around, see what was going to happen. Could I get it off my doctor? Would he write the prescription for me? Anyway, he said, "Oh, I don't know." And he slid around his computer. He tapped in a few words, letters, whatever. And he said, "No, I won't. No, thyroid cancer. Yep." Oh, Jesus Christ Almighty!
Such a lazy response. Really is.
The
Yeah.
most laziest thing I've ever heard in my life.
It's a TikTok
Considering,
troll type response.
yeah.
which there's been a lot of out over the past week. People have definitely been off work or something because, by God, my social media, it seems to come every so often. So I had a video that went viral there maybe about 5 weeks ago. And I got a heap of comments for that one, which I wasn't surprised about. But then
Which one was that now? Which?
that was one about actually the announcement of Mounjaro becoming available in Ireland.
Got it.
And then over the past week, I've had more comments because again, your videos stay there, so new people find them, and even the
Yeah,
viral
and
ones.
it's shown again in
Yeah,
people's feeds. Yeah.
exactly. So there's definitely been an increase over the past Christmas week in terms of people wanting to share very strong opinions about how me and people like me are nothing but fat, lazy sods, and that
Oh
we just
yeah,
need to
yeah,
go
yeah,
and
yeah. You
exercise.
shared. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm just like,
Oh,
and
how,
even when I said, that I was going to do the 5K a day in aid of charity,
oh my
someone
God,
replied to me
yes.
on Facebook. I was like, "Oh, what? Because I said this is pushing me outside of my comfort zone, which it is. I don't jog. I don't do these things." And they replied back to me with like, "Oh, 6,000 steps is pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone.
Aren't
What? Are
you
you not meant to
supposed
be
to be a
a
PT?
personal trainer?" And I was like, "Don't be an ass. Firstly, I'm doing good with this."
Yeah.
And I never said there's an issue with walking 6,000 steps. I'll walk all day. That doesn't cost me so. However, I'm jogging these, or that's the goal, is try and jog as much as I can of it. That's where the discomfort is from. And then I said, in relation to being a personal trainer, I'm going to let you go and do your research on me there and figure out my journey, so
Yeah.
you'll understand the significance there. But some people are just,
Paddy, I don't know how you have the tolerance to reply to these people in the way you do. Never mind just reply to them, but to reply to them in the way you do. Like when I see those kind of comments, I literally have to close my phone because I
yeah,
would F and blind and oh, my usual retort is just first day on the internet? Question mark.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of see it as a way to challenge whatever thought system they've come from, but also just to try and highlight how ridiculous what they've
Ridiculous
said
they
is.
are.
How
Yeah, and how
ridiculous
ignorant they are. Yeah.
and how
Yeah.
misinformed.
Yeah. But you know
Um,
what I find as well, and something that's been really annoying me lately is that when I go to reply to it, they say this person does not allow you to reply. You have
yeah,
to
yeah, yeah,
message them
yeah,
so they can
yeah.
write up anything they like and have no replies on it.
And the
Weirdos.
one where somebody called me a like a fat runt, we'll say, but with a different
Oh
letter at the
right,
start.
nice.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Ooh,
Like I reported that to
strong.
TikTok, and they came back with saying that they didn't find any breach of their community guidelines with that abusive
Got
message.
it.
And that's a whole other discussion about how poor community standards are being enforced. And then we have the likes of Meta that went the other way at times and shut down a load of people that were creating community spaces like what we do, and shut down all their profiles because they thought they were
Yeah.
trying to sell drugs. And it's like, no,
Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
sharing their
But sure,
health
look at the
journey.
picture of my breakfast. It was reported for porn. God damn. God damn porn.
Saucy eggs. Ugh.
Yeah.
Scrambled or
Oh
boiled.
my god. Like that's just pure hate, isn't it? Coming from ignorant
Oh
people.
God.
But
Well,
what can you do?
so Belinda, what would if somebody is okay, I have put the wheels in motion. I am starting on a Mounjaro or Ozempic journey or whatever or similar journey in January, not as New Year's resolution, but just as a new health kind of journey that I'm starting on. And we've talked about hints and tips and stuff like that before, I know, on a previous podcast. But like, what would your top one or two kind of tips be again for somebody that might be starting out day one on this journey?
On this journey. Well, I think maybe I'll go back to thinking about doing this journey. The first and second thing you should do is you should talk to a reliable source, i.e. your doctor. Don't take any information from anybody on the internet. Go and see your doctor.
Yeah.
And talk to him and tell him how you feel and stand up and advocate for yourself and tell the doctor exactly how you're feeling and exactly how situations make you feel and exactly how food makes you feel, and cry if you have to cry, because if you don't explain to him, you don't even have to explain to him, because sometimes it's hard to explain those emotions and the way you feel about the way you are. You just need to let him know how much this is impacting you. And I think that's the first step in advocating for yourself. And if you find that, you know, you made a mess of it or you didn't explain yourself properly, make another appointment. Go back and see the doctor. But you have to go and see your doctor. There's no point, Patty, doing anything, is there,
Yeah,
online?
because this is the thing. Like, even if you do go to a reputable prescriber that isn't your doctor, they should be informing your doctor anyway. So, like, your doctor is going to, hopefully, even if you go in there, it is going
100%.
to find out. So, even if your doctor might not be as informed or something currently, you still should have that discussion with them, so they're at least aware. Heaven forbid, if anything happened in the
Anything.
future, that they're aware of what medication you're on. Like, you know,
And God forbid if anything happened and you did go into hospital for some reason, this medication needs to be
your
on your
patient, or your
file.
doctor, whatever. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. And I know there are ladies out there that haven't even told their doctor, haven't even told their husbands.
yeah, yeah.
But they're, you
And
should.
men,
Yeah.
and men. That's
Well,
not
yeah.
because I had that on TikTok. There, one man in particular that has been messaging me for the few weeks, and he is engaging with a prescriber as well. He's kind of asked me some general questions, but as always, if there's stuff that's out of my realm,
Out
like,
of
nope,
your,
you need to
yeah.
go and talk this, talk that. But he's like, literally nobody knows, Paddy, else that I'm on this. Nobody knows,
Yeah.
you know.
What's your biggest tip for somebody starting out or thinking about starting out?
Um, you need to be realistic with your expectations. Like, if
God,
you're
yeah.
going in there again, like thinking week one, week two, I'm going to drop a stone. That is not what this medication is for, particularly month one of this medication. As we have said time and time and time again on various reels, on both our profiles and on episodes of the podcast, that first month, maybe 2 months, maybe even 3 months, maybe even longer for some people, your body is getting used to the medication. The level is increasing in your body as you titrate up the different doses. For some people, they might be a quick responder, like I was fortunate I was,
Yeah.
but that is not the norm. But for other people, like, I have one of my videos where actually talk about this topic, and I was blown away by the amount of people that said to me that they were in month 3 or month 4 of their journey before things really kicked in for them. And
Yeah.
I was amazed, and I'm like in this environment every day, and I wasn't aware that it was going to be that high, the amount of people that said no, it was only really, say, when I got to 10 milligram, the things
That it
really
really
kicked in
kicked
for me.
in.
Yeah, or for some people 7.5 or whatever the case might be. So be realistic, and that's always when someone, even this week, some messengers like, oh, what advice would you give me? I'd like, go watch that video that we have, because or the previous podcast, because that is for me the most important thing. So many
Managing your
people,
expectations.
yeah, so many people getting disappointed and deflated. They're like a week, 2 weeks in, and they're like, oh, my hunger is still there, and I haven't lost any weight, or I've put weight on, and I'm still hungry. And it's like, yeah, because this isn't a
The
diet.
miracle drug that it's made out to be on social media by the stars in the States and all around.
It's a
It's just
medical
not.
It's a medical treatment that takes up to 6 months to be assessed in terms of efficacy on you specifically, on your biology. So, need to understand that going into it.
Yeah. And that's the real life of it. Like, that's real life. That's how it is,
Yeah.
And unfortunately, nobody's going to want to hear that. Nobody's going to
Yeah.
want to listen to that.
Because
Nobody.
it's not the sexy sales pitch of, oh,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. Oh my God. Like, Paddy, you could honestly be the sexy sale pitch for Mounjaro because you were a super responder
Yeah.
and you lost 6 stone in 6 months. Like, that's unheard of. It is,
Yeah.
isn't it? So, and then there's the normal, regular people like myself that were on it for 2 years and lost 80 pounds, got another 20 to go. You know, it's a, it's a lot, the long game. It really
Yeah,
is.
it is a long game. It is, and like, again, even looking at the clinical trial data, I know that, say, the difference in, say, 12.5 to 15 or 10 to 15 is a tiny percentage amount typically for people in terms of the weight that they lose. Like, if you've lost the majority of your weight by that point,
Yeah.
by
Like
hitting,
me.
yeah, like by 10 milligram or 12.5 milligram. So, like, by going to 15, what the clinical trial showed was that there was, for some people, a small percent extra. So this is, again, kind of thing. Not everybody's going to get to 15 milligrams because you don't need to. Some people lose all of their weight and hit their kind of healthy BMI weight by staying on like 5 milligram or 10 milligram or whatever the case might be.
Yeah, and that's what I'm gonna try and do with the 10, Paddy.
Yeah.
I think with the initial 6 weeks in the gym, I weighed myself when I went into the gym the other day, and I'm going
Yeah.
to weigh myself at the end of the 6 week introduction thing. And I think if I have lost the weight that maybe I think I want to have lost by then, I'll still stick with what I'm doing
Yeah.
with the 10.
Is there any aspect of your this we had not spoke about this. This is just something that came to my head. Is there any aspect of your nutrition that you think you need to tweak further, or are you happy with where your nutrition is at the moment?
I'm happy with my nutrition when it's not Christmas.
Okay,
And when
fair, fair.
when my brother isn't home and he's a chef and he won't stop bloody making us go out to lunch and
Yeah, yeah,
cooking stuff at home, but other than that,
yeah.
I think I've got it. I
Okay,
think I've
cool.
got it. And it took me a year and a half with a dietitian in Beyond BMI and
Yeah,
also a health coach, and going and doing all the work that I could do on my own as well. I know exactly what I should be doing, like yourself, Patty. You know
yeah,
exactly what it should look like.
yeah, 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 yeah. Because this is something I've been thinking about a lot, and I think for myself, I'm very aware of my protein intake, but I don't know if my protein intake is high enough.
Correct. Right. Okay.
So that's where I am looking at. Okay, like I know
There's a
where,
big, huge math
yeah,
thing that
there
you
is,
can do on
and like,
that.
I'm aware of where it should be,
Yeah.
and I will know that like I will typically default to multiple protein sources throughout the day. But equally, with me doing like quick maths in my head, I'm like, I don't think that's kind of near. I don't think that's where I would like it to be.
Yeah.
So, and this is where sometimes the idea of like supplementation and stuff like that can be handy. So I have ordered myself some new flavors of some
Powder.
clear whey proteins. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
again, this is in no way in place of normal food at all. This is literally to supplement the normal food I'm having, the day to day food.
So
Um,
can I just ask you then, at your height and your weight now, what are you looking at as a good number on the of grams of protein per meal? What are you looking at?
so, like as a
Yeah,
ball,
now a
well,
really like
yeah.
loose ballpark.
So like as a day, like there is again like a lot of things. There is a range of things, but like if I was to do a very quick thing of okay, if I work on the base of like 1 gram of protein per say
Per,
kilo of weight or whatever it is that I am, that would mean that I should be give or take a bit, in and around. If I was hitting like 115 to 120 grams of protein, that would be, I would be
you'd be
more
happy with
comfortable.
that.
I'd be comfortable with that. Some
Yeah.
people again would say, well, Paddy, if you're hitting somewhere between say 90 grams to 140 grams, so this is where there's ranges and stuff like that.
That's what I kind of hit for. 30
Yeah,
grams of protein per meal, 10
yeah,
grams of fiber per meal.
yeah,
That's what I'm kind of going at the minute. And
yeah.
then anything else is just a bonus. I don't know anything about
Like
anything else.
Christmas
It's the only
Day,
things I can concentrate on.
Christmas Day, I definitely got a lot of protein in.
You
I was
think?
thinking when I was eating the turkey, I was like, God, a lot of
Protein,
protein.
this is all good.
But no, I've ordered myself some.
I haven't tried the clear whey yet. Have you tried
Yeah,
them?
yes,
Okay.
and the clear way. Now, some of the flavors can taste very, very artificial.
Oh,
Um,
I hate
yeah,
that.
like I've got two different flavors downstairs, and they taste very strong and very, very artificial. So I'm not that keen on them. So I've got ordered two flavors. One is mojito, and I've had the mojito one before,
Ooh.
so I know what
It's
it's like.
limey, is it?
Yeah, it is very like, and again, the idea is you'd have that ice cold, like really
Water.
refreshing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then the other one is a strawberry and kiwi one, which I've not
Okay.
had before, but that I'm hoping will be nice. I had good reviews online. And then I've ordered this isn't a clear whey, but a flavor of traditional whey protein that I've had before that I was my favorite ever, which was chocolate orange.
Nice.
So I've ordered
Clear
the tray.
Way chocolate orange?
Well, it's not clear way. It's just
Oh,
a normal way.
protein powder.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh,
normal
that'd be
protein.
nice.
So
Yeah.
those are the three that I've ordered to see. Okay, would I be more likely to have those as like a little drink once a day or whatever the case might be to help get some
Do
of that
you
protein?
do you take protein powder much?
No,
Oh my,
I have loads downstairs. I do have a selection.
of course you do,
Um,
Patty.
yeah, yeah, I have a selection, but um,
I love it.
yeah, like I have chocolate. I have cinnamon Danish.
Nice.
Yeah.
I only
Um,
ever have vanilla because of
yeah.
what I add into it.
And see,
Like I
vanilla would
put,
be one now that I don't think I'd ever buy.
yeah, no, vanilla ice cream. That's what I have.
Okay,
Vanilla
okay,
ice cream.
okay.
Yeah. And I put my chia seeds, I put my what's the other chia seeds and what are the other seeds I use? Can't remember. And I fill it up with protein and I fill it up with fiber as well, and it becomes quite high in calories because
Yeah.
naturally I only eat twice a day anyway. So if I'm
Okay.
taking a shake in the morning and it's got like, I don't know, 40 grams of protein and 17 grams of fiber in it, and I'm drinking it, and it might take me an hour to drink it, but
Yeah.
I'm set then. I'm set for the day. I can get on with my day and not think about anything until I'm
Yeah.
supposed to eat my dinner.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's what I want from food now. I just want to get it into my body. I want to make sure it's nourishing my body and I'm getting exactly what I need, and then I want to move on from it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, and totally. That's what it should be. It should be about nourishment,
Yeah.
of some enjoyment as well.
Yeah, yeah.
But in
But it
terms
does
of
taste like ice cream as well, so it's
yeah,
okay.
but your shakes look amazing. Like there's so much in them. Like
I
in your
know.
shakes that you do it up like.
I know.
Oh my
I
God.
know.
Oh,
Can pre-
I'm treating myself to new air fryer.
Paddy, I'm surprised you're saying that now of treating yourself. You don't treat yourself very often, do you? You stop spending in about 2 weeks.
I these have been investments
D-
in quality of life.
Shut
It's been like
up.
one present for the person, five for me, just to give it balance. But no, like the air fryer, like I would use the air fryer like nearly every day.
We use theirs
Nearly,
twice a day, without
yeah,
fail.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and so I'm getting one of the dual ones that has the two baskets.
Oh no, biggest mistake we ever made.
Why?
Because they're tiny, Paddy. They're
It's
tiny, and I
nine and
do
a half
have the
litre.
Ninja. They're really small, but there is one you can get that looks like it's a jewel,
Yeah,
right? And you open it, and there's a thing in the middle of it where you can take it out, and it's one big massive
but
piece.
bear in mind, there's only two of us.
Oh yeah, true. That's true.
The-
Okay,
and
you'll
the
be
cat.
fine.
The cat
Yeah,
doesn't use the air fryer.
yeah. It's 5 of us and 2 dogs.
You see, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So that, I guess that's the difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you'll be
Uh,
fine. They're
yeah.
very. I just love them.
I'm
Everybody loves
so
them now.
excited by it. So excited. So
Yeah.
excited. We need to do a podcast sometime as well about actually the tech that we use.
Oh yes.
We spoke
True.
about that before, so we must do
Yeah,
that
but
in the
I
year.
I can't talk about anything like that. I can sit and listen. I can learn.
The tech I helped Belinda use.
Yeah. Lads, do you know we came on here at 6:30 and we didn't start till 7:30 because I couldn't figure out how to get the echo out of my headphones.
And how did we fix it?
When in doubt, plug it out.
Turn
Switch it off, switch it on. Fucking idiots.
Oh God, I love it. I love it. I love it. So I did a trial 5K yesterday to see how I
How
got on.
did that go? I don't want today now.
So the only time I have ever done now, I started it. I haven't done 5K in. I honestly couldn't tell you when.
Right.
ever. Like,
Do you not
like
like walking, Paddy?
oh, yeah, walking no problem, but I'm on about trying to jog as much of it as I can. Yeah. So
Oh, fuck that.
I started out and I didn't realize I had my watch set to miles. So it was showing me 3 point something miles as opposed to 5 kilometer. Initially, I was like, oh shit. But then I was like, oh, actually, I can break this up into 3 segments then. So this is my little psychological thing I'm doing for myself is that it's only 3 segments of
Yeah.
activity. Anyway, this is
Of
the way
1
my
mile.
brain. Yeah, exactly. This is the way my
Yeah.
brain works. So for the first time ever in my life, I jogged the first mile completely without stopping.
Oh my God.
I
You'll feel
couldn't.
that tomorrow.
I could fucking feel it when I got home yesterday on my left knee. I thought I was
Yeah.
like, oh God, if I injured myself, right? It was just being in your 40s and trying to do something you
Yeah.
haven't done before. It's fine
Mid
today.
40s. Early. Sorry.
Well, I'll be 43 in April.
Yeah,
So
I'll be 49. 50? 49.
yeah,
50?
you're
I
you're
don't
you're
know.
still pre-middle age.
Yeah, pre-middle. Thanks, Patty.
Pre-middle age.
Do you know what? I couldn't care less. I've never cared less about my age, actually, in my
No,
life.
I don't know. I don't. No,
Yeah.
I have to like particularly when I have the lights on. I'm like, and like I can see on the camera. I'm like, oh, there's a grey. There's a grey. But then I'm like, oh, I don't really care. Do you know what?
Um, do you not
Yeah.
think that I'm overshadowing you? Just slightly.
Oh
Because if
God.
anyone ever thinks that my hair is blonde, it's not. This is my natural, like, grey hair. And yeah,
But yeah,
I
I
win.
am. I am seeing more and more greys. But I think it's just when you see like a random one, and you're like,
Yeah,
oh,
but the thing is with men and grey hair, it's always this gorgeous salt and pepper George Clooney crack, you know?
are you saying I am the George
Yes.
Clooney of like the Sligo Leitrim area?
Yes, absolutely.
Knew it.
I'll even write
Boom.
it down for you.
Still got it. Um, but
Poor Paddy.
pardon. Yeah. But I think that's the crack from me for now.
Yeah.
Belinda. Anything else
And
on your
that's the
side?
crack from me as
I
well.
think
Yeah.
I'm just looking at the list of things I've written down. I think that's everything for
And this
now.
is coming out. When is this coming out, Paddy? It's coming out on New Year's Day.
This is coming out on New Year's Eve.
Eve. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just
So
be
very
very
quick,
mindful. Just be
very
mindful
quick
out there,
turnaround.
guys.
Yeah, very quick turnaround on this one, Belinda.
That's tomorrow.
Yeah.
Well, Paddy, you better get to work. Sign off
Oh
immediately.
God, sorry. Yeah. Cracking that whip. But anyway. Oh God. My little button didn't work there. There we go. There's my little button now. Oh, the dance music is
Thanks
back.
for listening in, guys.
Belinda, what are you doing New Year's Day?
Absolutely nothing. Oh no, I'm going out for dinner with 15 people, my family. And you? What are you doing?
My first official 5K for my fundraiser.
Oh,
Yeah,
we're gonna be sharing that all week, aren't we?
I'm going to be sharing it all month.
Yeah.
'Cause I want-
Let's
I
do
want
it.
Donations
Let's
in,
get Paddy. Let's get Paddy up to $1,000 before he knows
oh
it.
God, like that would be just
Amazing. Oh, don't
so,
worry, we'll do it. We'll do it.
so amazing. And then I might need to treat myself as a reward for doing it. Do you know, tomorrow though, we're getting
I'm
the
gonna
new
have to get Peter's phone number. Does he know that you're at this crack all the time, constantly?
It's the joys of working from home. Don't worry, the half it's like from Timu. It's like a big
Or
massive
Klarna?
yeah, and it's like oh yeah, that cost a fiver, like it's
Yeah.
like 5
It's obviously
kilos.
it's gonna be worth it.
Absolutely. Actually, I got runners. No, I wouldn't wear them for running, but I got like things that go on my feet from Timu, and I was like, these are gonna be shit. They're decent. I was thinking they wouldn't fit me. They're actually fine.
Yeah.
My favorite tracks bottoms are really stretchy ones from Timu that are like £9.
I love Timu.
Yeah, there we go.
Love it. Absolutely.
Sorry,
love it.
I know we're going to get
Come on, let's
pulled
get out
off
of here.
now
These
for,
people
like,
have more
that.
things to be doing now than listening to us
They're
too.
not sure. How long are we going there? Just over the hour. Just over the hour. Right. Belinda, I will talk to you soon. Thank you as
Yeah.
always. It's a pleasure. We can have a little bop to the music as it plays out. Until next time. Happy New Year from us both.
Whoop whoop.
And thanks for like the literally thousands of streams our podcast has got. Since
Yeah.
October 24 and we started. I think we're at like is it nearly like 7,000 streams or something, which like
Yeah,
blows my
moving
mind.
up to 8. Yeah, we're
Blows
doing
my-
okay. We're doing okay.
So thank you so
Thanks
much
to everyone for listening.
We're gonna have a little dance.